Hi, I'm Tom Niermann from the founder of Achieve Communications, and the goal of Achieve Communications is to provide an application on the iPad for kids to get them to the place where they can have a meaningful conversation with another adult. So this is partly an augmented communication device, but much more. It's educational, it's structured, it's measured, and the goal is ultimately to get the kids off the iPads and make the iPads go away so they can have meaningful conversation between two humans instead of between a child and an iPad. So conversations are between two people, so therefore there are two iPads in this system. One is the child, I'll log in as the child in this iPad, and I'll log in as the adult or instructor in this iPad. So you notice the child's iPad is set up in a more fun, game-like experience. And the adult's or instructor's iPad is much more about the structure, organization, things like that. So let's do structured learning first. So I'm going to start off just quickly building a schedule for this child. So we'll start with some OT. We're going to ask him a question, or make that two questions. Then we're going to let him choose a reward. Maybe Cookie Monster, Ferrari videos, Elmo videos, and send this schedule. So without interacting with the child's iPad, without fighting over the iPad, the child can own the iPad, I can still control it and give him the schedule and the choice of rewards. So all sent to him wirelessly. So the child is presented with a storefront. He gets to choose the reward. He's going to choose Cookie Monster in this case. So now he can see his schedule that he's going to do OT. He's going to answer a couple questions at work, and then he finally gets his reward. He tries to do the reward before he's completed his schedule, it doesn't work. So now the child goes off, does his OT, comes back. I'm going to give him a gold coin for that. Again, without touching his iPad, he gets the gold coin, he can reference the schedule and see where he's at in the progress of the day. So now it's work time. I'm going to ask him a couple questions. So I'm going to go into instruction mode. One of his goals in this IEP is identifying colors of things in his surroundings. So I chose the question of what color is your clothing? So I'm going to build a question, what color is your coat? And just as easy, I'm going to select a few things to give him choices of answers, and say his coat is brown. I'm going to send him that question. And you hear his iPad repeat the question and present him with a selection of answers. Now he can say he chooses the correct answer. Brown. It says brown and gives him a gold coin for that. But there's a better answer than that. The better answer is if he looks me in the eye and says, my coat is brown. That's a vastly better answer. If the child does that, the instructor presses here, the child responded with a full sentence. Or if they responded with just a word, or they paired it with the thing. And every tap is tracked. So we can see how long it took for the child to respond and what the quality of the response is. So the quality, the high quality response is a full sentence. The low quality response is, walking off some behavioral issue. And because of that, we can analyze the data and see, is the child responding better or worse after this OT versus that OT, after lunch, before lunch, at home, at school. All that can be analyzed to figure out when is the child most responsive to learning. If the child is starting out, we might choose a question that's even simpler. So let's choose a question about what color is your hat? And I'm just going to give him one choice of green. And send that to him. So it can start off with just a simple thing just to get that question response going. When he chooses this, the schedule is complete and the video of Cookie Monster starts, and I chose a time limit on his reward of 4 minutes. So that he'll get 4 minutes to muck around with Cookie Monster video, rewind it, whatever he wants to do as the timer is counting down. It could also be soccer out in the field or whatever. It doesn't have to be an iPad reward. So now we're done with this. Now we're going to go into communication. So it has all the aspects of a typical all-com communication system, but let me show you what's unique in addition to that. Say we're going to set up a situation where we're going to play Connect 4. So I'm going to go into my game house and choose Connect 4. I'm going to select a folder for the child. So I put him into that language context. He doesn't have to navigate and worry about all 5,000 words in his vocabulary. He just has to worry about, this is a set of words that are appropriate. And when he can start, he can say something like, me first. And it repeats it just like any other OCOM system would. But really, he just told the iPad me first. He didn't tell the human, the instructor, me first. So to do that, he hits the tell me button, it sends that sentence to the instructor, repeats it, and the child starts to understand that words go from his iPad to the other iPad. In other words, words go from him as a human to the other human, and starts to get that concept. This was really cool for my son. When he first saw this, being able to control Daddy's iPad was just really cool. So let me show you some of the other more instruction-focused things. So let's see what motivates this child. So I have a few motivators in here, but let's add to this list. Say they're motivated by Spider-Man. So I'm going to type Spider-Man into the search box. Hit return, and what comes back, it searches for motivators that have Spider-Man. So we have a collection of YouTube videos, we have coloring pages, any other words in their vocabulary that are motivators will be added to this. So you can add to the list of motivations that show up in his storefront. We can also adapt the system to the specific goals of the child. So here are the goals for the child. You can see some are mastered, some are current, like identifying colors and shapes and actions. So the system knows both what the child's goals are as well as what motivates the child. So wouldn't it be great if you could both have lessons that both motivate the child as well as be tied to their goals? So let me show you what you can do there. So in lesson plan, first you can just search for a lesson. You just type in Spider-Man here, and what would show up is lessons around Spider-Man that meet that goal. If you don't want to search for the lesson, if that lesson didn't exist, you can build it. And when you build it, you can share it with the world. Share with the world function allows a lesson to be created one time, shared with the entire world. So 99% of the time, that lesson would already exist. Instead of the situation that exists today, where the lessons the same lessons are designed over and over and over again. This allows the lesson to be created once and shared with the world. And it's just this easy. So I'm going to type, what color is Spider-Man? And the answer is going to be colors. So colors already have a set for that, so I'm going to select colors. But let's change this to, instead of Spider-Man, let's generalize it to all superheroes. So I'm going to say, I'm going to make a new set of vocabulary around superheroes. If I want to add Batman, just type Batman, I just add it to the vocabulary. It goes on image search, finds images of Batman, and you can select which image you like. If you like this image better, just select that, and the image changes to that image of Batman. If you want the Hulk, you just type Hulk, and boom, right there. It's all right there for you. You get the image of Hulk, you add to the vocabulary. It's that easy to create the vocabulary. And when you get out, again, share with the world. When you share with the world, everyone can have access to it. Obviously, if it's pictures of your family and things like that, you probably just want to keep it to yourself. But if it's something general, let's share it to the world and get rid of all the administrative aspects of creating lessons. We also have a simple daily planner, so now the teachers can create lessons and give homework to children. Parents at home can do these lessons and have a lesson snack at home that both meet the goal and are engaging for the children. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Cool.